Hi guys, this is Vysh. We are going to continue the 2019 MCQs. We have done 1 to 10 in the same playlist you can find. Now we will do 11 to 20. So before that, I want to tell you that 2021 students are coming in huge numbers now, and they are all sitting at home. They are not able to go outside and all these things, and you will be confused like how to prepare and what to prepare. And this is the time when exactly all the institutes will be marketing their coaching classes and all these things. It is totally okay to go and join any coaching institute. It is fine, but you should understand what is coaching institute made for. Okay, coaching institute is for students who think that they themselves cannot study in a scheduled way, meaning you will not wake up on time, you will not do tests, you will not read books. Okay, these kind of things, then you should ideally go to a coaching institute and then follow their schedule regularly. But if you are someone who is a person, if good materials are given to you, or you will be just purchasing the notes and test series and books or videos or whatever you need, and if you will do it yourself with a scheduled way, then you need not join coaching, or you can decide after some time also. My only point is, don't hurry up seeing the advertisement now, because whatever comes now will be either misleading, or it will be like looking too good to be true. Okay, it need not be always right what they show. So you can decide, up to you, but don't jump into things. I'm getting this doubt. Okay, many students are asking me like, shall I go and join an institute, shall I pay the fees there? So this is just a general query, so I thought of answering in a video so that it reaches to more audience. Okay, because there will be many more students who have this doubt and was not able to ask me. Now about subscription, please subscribe to this channel, because the entire video series is going to be free for you, and it's going to be very huge. Okay, because we are covering textbooks for you, NCERTs for you, MCQs, and now 2021 guidance. So we just need your support, we just need the numbers to increase. Because if you see here, 31,000 people see the last 5 days. Okay, these many people saw the video. 20,000 people did not subscribe, they're just watching and going away. You don't have any other cost for this. Just click on subscribe, and if you want, you turn on as none in the bell icon, so that you won't even get any notification, no disturbance at all. So please do that, so that a harmless help which will help us grow along with guiding you. Okay, and Vice IAS students, I have your numbers and I'm in touch with you, but who have not enrolled to our test series. Okay, and if you feel like you need a mentor, or you are locked in and you don't you never had a aspirant friend, or you don't have a mentor, and you want someone to answer any basic queries or urgent queries, you can simply message me. Okay, you can message me in WhatsApp. The number is given here. Simply message, hi, I am a UPSC aspirant preparing for whichever year, 2022 23. Not now, you can message later, but 20 and 21, because you are in preparation phase now, simply message me. And if there is any video which you have already made for your query, I'll give you the video link. If it is not there, I'll try to answer you, or make a new video if it is a general query. Okay, if it is helpful for more people, so you can simply message me now itself. Now we'll start today 10 questions, around 8 questions. I think it will be economics related question, and this is from set C. I am doing it. Okay, set C 2019. So polity question, with reference to the Constitution of India, consider the following statements. So here they are telling, no high court shall have the jurisdiction to declare any central law to be constitutionally invalid, meaning they're telling high court don't have the power to go and tell you this law is invalid. Actually, high court is also a constitutional court, and they have the power. Okay, they have the power to it's just like Supreme Court only. In India, Supreme Court, High Court, and District Court, they all follow the same law book. So they even appeal same cases. So they have the power. Supreme Court and High Court has the judicial review power, and they can strike down any law or tell like it is constitutionally invalid. So first statement is actually false, because they are telling no high court has this power. So that's a false statement. Second statement, if you see, an amendment to the Constitution of India cannot be called into question by the Supreme Court of India. Okay, so they again seeing the power jurisdiction kind of thing, like Constitution, some law is then Supreme Court cannot touch it. That is again false, and there are numerous examples to it. Okay, one of the latest example, and because of which this question is framed, is NJAC, National Judicial Appointment Commission. This is what center made a law that while appointing Supreme Court judges and all, you know, right now there is a collegium, and Supreme Court is where the more power is, and they will decide most of the things. And now they made this NJAC, where center also will have law, the power, like law minister and all these people will have more power. But Supreme Court struck it down, telling it's unconstitutional. Okay, so both the statements are false here. Answer is neither one nor two. Like I told, High Court also have the jurisdiction. It's a constitutional court. And in our last year's test also, 2019 students, which we already showed in our previous videos, one of the tests we have given in detail, the infograph and the case and the current affair link, all these things. And there are various instances where Supreme Court issues is taken up by High Court and vice versa. So again, both the statements are false. This is a interesting question which they made because India last year before the 2019 prelims became the sixth largest economy. Okay, but India does the calculation based on GDP. Okay, it's not this PPP dollar method. PPP dollar method is there. There's a different ranking. There, India is actually third, I think. Okay, after USA and China, India is third. So here the statement is in terms of PPP dollar, India is the sixth largest economy. They purposely put this to confuse students because there is like India is the sixth largest economy is true that time. Now is actually fifth. Okay, that time it was sixth largest, but it is in GDP, not PPP. So this is false. First statement, it is the actual standard definition of PPP. Okay, purchasing power parity exchange rates are calculated by comparing the prices of same basket of goods and services in different countries. So if you see here, this is the references in our test. Okay, not 2020 test, you people have a different series of test. 2019 test. Okay, so here again sixth in terms of GDP, and rank will differ in terms of per capita or purchasing power. Okay, and like I always tell, whenever statements with numbers are there, it will be false most of the time. That's just a trick. If you want to attempt a question and like you are not reaching the cutoff and you need to reach one answer more, use this trick. Okay, whenever numbers are there, that statement will be false. Purchasing power parity, if you see here, similar basket of goods in country A and B, this is a standard definition. Okay, it is there in our test also. So like for example, like you say something in India, like tomato or whatever you take, 1 kilo, it's like 70 rupees. But in USA you go, they'll tell $1. That means exchange rate is $1 equal to 70 rupees. So that kind of method, purchasing parity exchange rate, that is the process, and that is based on that theory is what they have framed this question. So whatever they have given definition, statement one is true statement, and ranking as I'll show you here. Okay, here this is one of the news article that time, July 2018. See the ranking. India is sixth after UK. Now when I'm making this video, India is actually fifth. Okay, based on GDP, India is actually fifth. So they just confused you with India's ranking and the parameter with which they are ranking. So answer here will be one only. Question number 13. Kharif crops in the last 5 years. So they are given some trend. So what you have to know first is all these are Kharif crops. Okay, because next year UPSC will ask that one. Which of the following are Kharif crops? Now here they have given area under rice cultivation is the highest. Area under cultivation of jowar is more than oilseeds. Area under cotton cultivation is more than sugarcane, and sugarcane is steadily decreased. So whenever you see this steadily decreased or steadily increased, that statement will be false. Okay, it's just a blinder trick I am telling you. It has happened. Okay, last 5 years you take, it has always happened. But here again this question can be more easily solved because sugarcane, India is one of the largest, I think now the largest producer of sugar also, and because of that reason also that statement cannot be true. Steadily declined in the last 5 years. Okay, also the national policy on biofuels, which was in news in 2018 again, there also sugarcane juices are used in ethanol production. So India is like producing more and more of it in the last few years, and that is a current affair. That is why they put that option. And see the option, they have put 4 only everywhere. Why? Because they want you to know only that. They want you to understand that this question is designed like that. Or one more method is oil seeds. India is the number one producer of oil seeds. Here they are telling cultivation of jowar is more than oil seeds. So, but you would have never studied anywhere. Okay, like jowar, India is producing too much or whatever like that. So that is another guess method. This is the primary method to solve this question. Second is seeing that statement. Here also if you see 2, 2, 2 is given everywhere. So UPSC is themselves giving you the clue. Whenever I tell you when question is difficult. Okay, question is difficult, the options will be easy. And when question is easy, I'll show you another example in the same video. Easy question will be there, which you think like I can definitely solve it. For that, the option will be the most difficult ones. Okay, you will get confused between options. I'll show you examples. But this question, hope it's clear. Area 1 and 3 is the answer. Rice cultivation, India, it's like highest. And cultivation of jowar is not more than oil seeds. This is false. And area of cotton cultivation is more than that of sugarcane. That is true. Okay. More news items, references where India became second producer after Brazil for sugar. Now this question is again similar question where if you have basic knowledge about Indian items, okay, the fruits or vegetables and all, you can answer it. So this is import value. They are asking in the last 5 years imports in terms of value, which one is the highest? So you can strike down spices easily, because spices, India is a net exporter always. That much import won't happen. You can strike down spices. Fresh fruits also, if you know the basics, like India is the largest producer of most of the fruits. Okay, most of the fruits. So that is the reason net import of fresh fruits is false. Okay, highest in value among these only these options. Okay, among these options, now you will be confused between pulses and vegetable oils. So pulses, you should know India is the largest producer, but India is also the largest consumer. Okay, so India consumes too much, and so India will have to import also too much. So that is one point. Now vegetable oils, here palm oil, if you see, India is the largest producer and importer. This is taken from a snippet card. Okay, last year's snippet card, I don't know the number, I have to go and check, but the snippet card was there. So these are clues with which you have to derive to the answer. This is a very analytical kind of question where you cannot solve it in the first 2 minutes. Okay, you need at least 5-10 minutes. So this, again, in my trick video also I told you how to solve difficult questions. Whenever you get this question, okay, this question number 14, you see, what you should do is, in the booklet, prelims booklet you will have a rough work page at the last. Okay, you will have 4-5 pages, rough pages. There, simply go and write 14. Okay, you look it for 2 minutes. If you're not able to solve, immediately write 14. Like, there will be many questions, 38, 52, like that. Do these things. And in the 2 hours of prelims which you have, okay, in the first 1 hour, you should make sure that you do one reading of 1 to 100 MCQs. Okay, if you do 1 to 100 MCQs, in that you will have these numbers also, and maybe you solve some 30-40 questions by then. Okay, you got 80 marks, but you need cut off at least how much? 115 marks you need. Then now go to this page and then solve this in this order, because these are questions where you were like, you know it, but you need time to analyze. Do these questions, and obviously your mark will somewhere reach around 100 by that time. Okay, then only you should go and attempt the remaining questions, which is like very difficult, where you have no clue. This is the order. Never do it in the other way. Okay, and it's not like you do 1.5 hour 2 hour of your easy questions and then you don't have time for anything. You have to split your exam timing into 3. Anyway, I'll make prelims video again, that time you can see. So 1 hour for the one round of reading, 30 minutes for your rough work questions which you marked, and then remaining 30 minutes for your very difficult questions. You will reach the cutoff, okay, if you split it in this way and do it. Coming back to this question, the answer for this is vegetable oils. Like I told, pulses and oils, India is largest producer, but we import it also. Too much we import. So when we import, obviously when you take a commonsensical guess, okay, the oil bills will be always more than pulses, whichever oil you take. Not even the crude oil, the vegetable oils also, if you take, the bill will be always more. So in that way of guessing, if you do, you can get the answer as vegetable oils is the one which is having highest import value in the given 4 options. Okay, again I'm telling you, I'm going in this much detail, slow pace, so that you learn to solve questions similar to this also. My intention is not to teach you 1A, 2B, 3C, like that, not the answer key. I want you to solve any question which comes in this pattern next year. Okay, Vysh student should be able to score at least 20 marks more than the person sitting next to them in the exam hall. Now this is the one question which I told, which is easy. Question is easy, but options are difficult, and this is one of the debatable questions for which answer key is being awaited. Okay, here they are simply asking you definition of liberty. So liberty means what? You think for yourself. Liberty means it's the liberal way of life. That means you can live freely. So they are asking the definition. So this is like a CSAT question where options are all same, almost same. So here if you see protection against the tyranny of political rulers, so that is true. Okay, like you are getting protected, but it's just an example of a liberal life. It's not a definition of liberty. Okay, so that way you can eliminate this. Then next one, absence of restraint, that is no restrictions. Okay, so that is true actually as per liberty. Then opportunity to do whatever you like. This is a very open-ended statement. It's not like whatever you like means you can go on the street and do whatever. You can kill someone, you can steal someone, rob someone. That you cannot do. So that is a very extreme statement, you can eliminate. Now option D, opportunity to develop oneself fully. Okay, that means you are free to develop yourself. That is true. So if you see B and D are true. Now this is our optional options and what we are guessing or what you are concluding. Now if you take official definitions in NCERT textbooks or anywhere, liberty will have a positive definition and a negative definition. Okay, so in positive definition this will come opportunity to develop oneself fully without anyone putting any restrictions on you, and that will come in the negative thing. Okay, so both are valid as per different textbooks. Now we have to wait for answer key and UPSC's decision, because UPSC don't release the answer key unless the interview gets over. 2019 interview is halted. So once that get over, rank list comes out, then you will know the cutoff and your marks and all these things. So you have to wait for the answer key. B or D, anything can be true. Most of the institutes are telling D is true, but we equally feel B also can be true. Okay. This is a pure current affair, which unless you read that current affair, you cannot solve it. Okay, there's no way to solve this question other than reading current affair. Here they are telling Reserve Bank of India, okay, for storage of protection, this payment system data, whatever transactions or whatever happens in India, to save that or protect that, what are the guidelines, RBI directives they are telling, data dictate, which is called, whether these are there in the guidelines or not. It's a pure factual thing. Unless you have read that guidelines, you cannot solve it. It's not a law or act or something. It's just the guidelines which RBI issued. So here the answer I'll tell you first. The answer is one only. That is, they shall ensure that entire data relating to payment systems operated by them are stored only in India. This is an extreme statement, but it is true. Okay, RBI has told that you should store all the transactions in India itself, Indian servers. Second statement, they shall ensure that the systems are owned and operated by public enterprise enterprises. You will feel like it is true, but there is no such guideline. Okay, it's false. And they shall submit the consolidated system audit report to CAG. So every transaction in this country, everything to CAG, that also is not, it's not practically correct. Okay, there will be audits, there will be a system audit which is happening. About that, one of the guidelines is there, but CAG is an extreme statement which UPSC put, so that is also false. So answer is one only. So again, as I told, you can Google it. Simply Google RBI guidelines for payment system protection. You will get some 5-6 points. Okay, but answer is one only here. Very factual. Only if you did current affair you can solve it. So again, about data protection, but here it's a different global thing. Okay, and here they have given dates also. If you see, April 2016 it was made, and 2018 it was implemented. That is why it was asked. This question was actually expected for 2016 prelims also. Okay, because that time in August 2016 prelims happened, and April they made this. It was in news, and it keeps happening in news. This year also it is in news, because Facebook CEO, everybody are like questioned every now and then, like whether your data is protected, whether users can rely on your database and all these things. So it keeps coming in the news. So here you should know it is a factual thing, and it's a European Union law, and other than current affairs there is no means to do it, or a good test series. Okay, so general data protection law, it's a EU law, 2018 implemented, 2016 it was formed, made by European Parliament and Council of European Union. Privacy, data protection. Okay, it's a straightforward law. So if you do current affairs, you can do. Now I'll show you next question, which is very difficult question. This is difficult because UPSC went one step ahead of what they usually don't do. Like every country, India, Russia, India, USA, they keep meeting each other and they will sign a lot of MOUs, memorandum of understanding. Okay, so memorandum of understanding, at least like suppose Russia comes here, they will sign 10, USA comes, they'll sign 15, Israel will come, they'll sign 20. There will be many things, but you will not go and read each and every MOU on what they have written. So here they are telling India signed a deal known as Action Plan for Prioritization of Implementation of Cooperation Areas in Nuclear Field. Answer is Russia, but the news item which that time came, okay, it was because S-400 missiles, India and Russia signed an agreement, and along with that 8 MOUs were signed. Okay, in October 2018. This is why this question is asked. But these 8 MOUs, nobody in this planet will go and read what are these 8 MOUs, because it will be about cyber security or defense or medical or whatever. So here in PIB 2018, they have given the list of that 8 agreements, and one of them is what UPSC have asked: Action Plan for Prioritization and Implementation of Cooperation Areas in the Nuclear Field. So it's a very difficult question. I don't expect students to answer this, but next time when you come across such a question, unless this is a very popular treaty or something and you have studied it, attempt it. Else don't go for guesswork. Okay, because nuclear, these things India can sign with Russia also, USA also, Israel also, anything can happen. Okay, so please don't attempt if you are not heard of this. Money multiplier, this is a very, very interesting question. Economic concept they have asked. Okay, question is, money multiplier increases with what? Meaning something has to happen, meaning they are increasing 4 things, and they're asking when what increases, when money multiplier is also increasing. So here we taught you currency deposit ratio. It's a simple thing. Currency deposit ratio means currency by deposit. Okay, numerator and denominator, currency with the public and the deposits which they make in bank, this ratio. So here we had taught you already that an increase in cash deposit ratio leads to decrease in money multiplier. Okay, when this ratio is increasing, money multiplier decreases. Ratio increasing means what? Numerator is increasing or denominator is decreasing, right? That's the time when value will increase. Like if you do 10 by 2 or 10 by 1, see, numerator is decreasing here. What is the value here? Here value is 5, here value is 1. So numerator, when it decreases, the value ratio will increase. That's a common mathematics thing. So here we have told you increase in cash deposit ratio leads to decrease in money multiplier. Decrease in money multiplier, that means the denominator, bank deposit. So money multiplier decreases when this denominator, bank deposit, decreases. This is the ratio concept. Here UPSC is asking the opposite of that. Money multiplier increases. What will happen? So increase in banking habit. Okay, so if this has to increase, this has to increase. This is the ratio kind of method of which I could explain. Or if you ask, think in common sense also, only when people deposit more and more money in the bank, that will again go out. That will go out to people, or they'll go as loan, then come back. So a lot of process will happen. If people simply keep in their hand, it is not going to expand. So only when the money deposited in banks increase, it will multiply, and money multiplier will increase. Okay, this is a simple concept. So like this, there are many terms: reserve deposit ratio, cash reserve ratio. UPSC asked everything here to confuse you. Cash reserve ratio, statutory liquidity ratio, increase in population. That's a blunder. Okay. So these are very basic economic concept. If you cannot answer, that means you are not studying from the right source. Okay, maybe you are studying some notes by topper, or you're just reading NCERT, or you're watching some video series. If this concept was not taught to you, it is very, very bad. Okay, this is a message to both 2020 aspirant and 21 aspirant. Okay, money multiplier is nothing new. It's there in your NCERT also. So please make sure that whatever source you're studying teaches you these basics concepts. Okay. So 20th question is also done. Now for the students, a lot of videos are being uploaded every day. Please come and subscribe. 2021 students, you should watch these two. Okay, this you should watch first, and this you should watch second. And in that same playlist, the third video will come soon. Okay, about books and sources of what you need to buy. So this will help you shape into a very good aspirant. And 2021 test series teaser I put out, June 5 it will be out. Okay, June 5, the brochure, payment details, and all these things, how you should enroll, what is the number of tests, what are we doing differently compared to 2020, all those things will be there in the June 5 thing. And 2020 postponement already you know, I guess. And tomorrow environment technology chapter 3 will come. Okay, you can set a reminder if you will forget about it. And 2020 test series, because it's the last phase and many students are looking for good quality test, we have again made lot of optimization in the prices. You can buy whichever test series you need. Okay, because the students who joined much earlier would have bought at a very high price. Now we are giving you, because the time is less for you. So whichever subject you are weak in, or if you need revision charts and snippet cards, or NCERTs alone, polity, spectrum, environment, whatever you feel you are weak in, okay, or older current affair, you can buy anything. All these are going to shape you into the best candidate in the country, and you will solve many questions. Okay, you simply have to follow my videos and study from the right source. You will surely be reaching the cutoff. Okay, just if you need to focus too much, this is the time. Okay, this is the final phase. You won't get extra time. Already you have got this bonus time of 1 month extra, okay, which nobody in the history of UPSC have got it. So please make use of this time and try to clear prelims this year itself, and start preparing for mains after that. Now don't think of mains. Now just try to study more and more for prelims, especially MCQ solving. I hope this series is helping you. You can leave your comment or feedback if you want, and I'll come with the next video soon. Thank you and have a nice day.